What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this very unfortunate, in memoriam, if you will, episode of the Daredevil Born Again Season 2 post show with Matt and Megan here at nerdinitiative.com. Go ahead, subscribe, come join us in morning. Obviously, spoilers ahead if you are here because you're like, oh, I love Daredevil. Well, if you haven't watched episode 7 yet, we're going to spoil it. So, first things first, make sure you do that, nerdinitiative.com. Everywhere you can find us, subscribe, like, share, follow, all of that good stuff. New comic book day. Wednesdays, we run comic book reviews. Every Monday is Man Without Fear. So, let's get into it. Megan, raw thoughts.
It's just like I haven't come to terms with everything that happened yet, like emotionally. So I keep laughing because I think I'm uncomfortable.
I'm still like really trying to just kind of sit there and be like, this episode was heavy. I mean, it was very all over the place, very heavy, whether it was BB and Daniel's time together, which was very minimalized and short in this episode, but I thought the acting was phenomenal between the two of them. Jessica Jones doing her part and going back to her daughter, or did she? Matt's grand courtroom entrance, Karen getting arrested and being booked, and then, her and Heather's scene, and just a whole lot of just, so I do want to start. All right, let's start with Daniel and Buck. So Daniel was supposed to take BB and she was going to be killed by a Buck, and he decides, change of heart, this isn't who he wants to be. So he lets her go. He goes in there, Buck's beating him, and the way that Daniel is just kind of whimpering like no, and that got me just kind of like feeling uneasy. And the way that like Buck was looking at him, my could definitely get more pixels, but the way that they were just kind of standing there, and Buck, you could tell, just really didn't want to do it. And Daniel made a good point, like, how long until you're the guy on the floor? And Buck shot him, and he's asleep, right? He just hit him with a sleeping dart.
It's a fake gun, obviously. He'll come back.
It wasn't
Mephisto,
real.
right?
It's blanks. It was blanks. Okay, it's not real. What are your thoughts about that whole sequence?
I think it spoke a lot to Daniel's character that's been hinted at this whole season, because first season we're like, all right, calm down, Daniel. You love Fisk, whatever. This one was like, I think Daniel truly did care about BB, and he was genuinely mad that she put him in that position because he was going to give her over to Buck. That mentality of, I have to do what Buck says, I have to please Mr. Fisk, that was still in him, but something broke in him, and he knew he was going to die when he went in there.
And it was incredible acting. Did you catch when, maybe it was just me, but when BB and Daniel were at Daniel's house still and they're talking and he's kind of setting the whole thing up, was it me or did his, Gandolfini's acting, he got a little bit more New York in his parts, I feel like. Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, so I feel like when he gets more emotional, his accent comes out more, which I think is brilliant, because like it should. I wish it was like that all the time.
I agree. So as somebody from Boston, everyone's like, where's your accent? Where's your accent? Catch me angry, catch me road raging, like whatever it is, that's when my accent comes out, when I'm feeling like rage, emotion, all that kind of stuff. So I caught on to the fact that I was like, oh wait, his accent's kind of coming out more. And I thought that was a really subtle touch in the way he was acting. And then just the amount of emotion. And then just when he was getting beaten down on the floor and everything that happened there, I was rooting. I thought BB was going to save the day. I thought he was going to end up getting the jump on Buck. Something was going to happen. Buck ends up shooting him. He's dead. I'm coping and saying that maybe he's not actually dead, but he's dead, man. That was a headshot. That was a headshot, right?
Yeah. Like the body did the little,
like as soon as it happened, he went, and his head went, and my wife goes, well, maybe he just got shot right next to him and he was just tired. I was like, no, he's dead. And as much as I don't want him dead, he's dead.
Buck turned around and looked at him and like wiped his hands of him. I didn't expect him to die. Out of everyone, I never thought it was going to be Daniel. I did think BB was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he gave BB her phone, I was like, it's done. It's set.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to die because I thought he was going to be the heir apparent to the Fisk empire, which we all kind of did. That's not the case. And no, I'm okay with that. I guess I want to see more of him as an actor, I think is really what it is. His character, yeah, okay, like he kind of his character was just very, you know,
Sleazy.
yeah, and maybe he did deserve to die, but the acting is really for me. I love him as an actor, so I would have loved to have seen more of him. But it is, hey man, like that just shows you the brutality of this world we're living in, and where it's really funny that we can have moments like this, right? And then we get Baskin Robbins always finds out on the same. It's just kind of like that's what I love when Marvel's doing these types of like genre, like from extremes. That's what I love most. And it Daredevil, this episode just really blew me away in that regard. Speaking of, let's move to Karen.
Whoa, wait,
Oh,
we
go ahead.
haven't talked one thing. What is gonna happen when Fisk finds out?
Oh yeah, like Fisk does no idea yet. Well, I mean, he
Yeah,
expected BB to be dead, but now Buck's gonna go back and be like, hey, I had to. I killed him. He let her go. She's out there, and I definitely think she's going to leak everything because that's going to be obviously how Fisk is going to get put out.
for
Because
sure.
between that and the failed assassination attempt on the governor, which Bullseye just that man. Okay,
He's an angel. He's America's angel.
I can
America's sweetheart.
never. They can never make me hate you, Bullseye. Like they really can't. I know. I don't know how they would ever really go to his comic route of ultimately him being this deranged psychopath that kind of is Daredevil's Joker with this character in the show, because this man's out there for the love of the game. He kills the guy, he just salutes, and then he just walks off into the woods. And that was that for Bullseye. Like,
I do like what they're doing with him though, because the show isn't really able to have more than one villain and have
right,
them lived and carry over to the next season. Like it's either Fisk or someone else. Which it's nothing against the show. It's just the format of comics versus the show.
right.
So that's how it goes. I like what they're doing with them, and I like that there's still that anger from Daredevil, but I like that he's still a psychopath that really could just turn around and kill someone, and Daredevil's like, "How dare you?"
Well, I thought that was really good when they were talking. He goes, I hate you for Foggy. I hate you for Nadim. I hate you for Father Anton. I can't forget his name. Sorry. Sorry, Father. My bad. But and then he goes, but I part of me has to forgive you, and it's for them, not for me, not for you, for them. And I thought, that was really interesting moment between the two of them. And I'm curious to see how that plays out down the road with Matt letting him back out into the wild. Something's going to happen, obviously, you would think, because this is like his greatest villain besides Fisk. So we're probably going to put, Bullseye on ice for a little bit, which I'm cool with. Give us some fresh blood. But it was just their dynamic this season really, really works for me because they hate each other. Now they've come to this weird helping each other out kind of deal, bringing down Fisk. And then where do they go from here? And I think that's just a testament to the writing.
Well, I also think it's not that they're, like, putting their differences aside or their history, it's just, enemy of my enemy,
Right.
like, we gotta come together and get this done, but also the growth in Matt within a few episodes, he can say Foggy's name now to him.
Yeah.
Like, that's in itself isn't talked about.
Yeah, he really did. And, it really does show a lot of growth from him. And I loved when he decided, first of all, Brett Mahoney came back. It was about
He
damn time.
did.
We talk
He
about that
did.
real quick.
Yeah,
What's
he
he been doing
did,
this whole
and
time?
he this Mr. Follow the Rules, Mr. Cop Man tries to break Karen out of prison, out of jail.
Yeah. Because Fisk is obviously doing everything legit to
Mhm.
push his agenda to book Karen, make an example out of her. And so Mahoney's like, hey, I can't just break her out because they're doing it legit, but hey, you got a minute. And the first thing they said is, Matt, it was just kind of one of these funny moments where Matt's first words are, we don't have a lot of time. I was like, no kidding, Matt, you got a minute. Hurry up. You didn't have to waste your words on that.
I also was like, "Matt, do you always just sit in that position? Is that your
Oh,
resting
he's just like
position?"
lounging crouched.
Yeah,
Yes. I always think about that. He's just crouching. He pops up. He's like, hey, what's up? I wasn't just crouched right there.
"Can't do that now, Matt, not with that injury you got."
Yeah, yeah. Before we get there, but the courtroom scene I thought was great. The way that they went
Yeah.
back and forth between the opening statements, and I really liked when Matt, he entered. First of all, did he get a haircut or his hair just look? Because we've seen him in the mask so much.
We've seen him in the mask, and when his mask is off, it's really because he just pulled it off. So his hair
Yeah,
is, like,
okay, that makes
wild.
sense. Not like
Yeah.
yeah. So to me, I was like, "Oh, Matt, you got your hair did and everything? Alright, playa." And I liked the way he was up there talking and they Kirsten, first of all, boss lady.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Like, if you had to choose between which lawyer, Matt or Kirsten, I don't know. I don't
They
know.
I'm telling you right now, like speaking of religious show, they would get Pontius Pilate off, clean, not guilty verdict there for what he did because she had old, Cole North and them. They put that man in the spin cycle and we're like, oh, do you do everything that Powell says and everything like that? And the way that she just all the camera, the jury there, where there's no jury here, and she looks at the
Mhm.
cameras and she was like, isn't that her facial expressions just oh man, I fell in love with her character. I've kind of been like, she's okay, but this episode really sold me on her.
Yeah, it was when she pointed out that there's the jury of public opinion that
Yeah,
everyone was pretending wasn't a thing, and it was like, this isn't brought up enough in real life, and the fact that she's saying this to the cameras, God bless her soul.
she's so bad. She's kind of finally getting again like a one up on that d bag of a lawyer on the other side who's just so full of himself, and he's over here wanting to, you know, take Heather out on a date and all that creepy stuff and whatnot. But I really love that we got a bit of the courtroom action. We kind of brought it back to that too, which a lot of people were kind of wondering where the courtroom has been at. Where's
Yeah.
this been at? And I love that. And then just the task force out here just shooting everybody. Cherry's back, which is great too. And
He
the poor guy, the
lived.
second he gets back, well, yeah, he lived, but the second he gets back, they're shooting after him again.
Yeah, he just can't catch a break. He got attacked at his own home, he gets attacked at work, he gets attacked everywhere.
Just insane because the task force is shooting after them. Matt gets hit in the leg because it's not a Daredevil season unless Matt gets shot in some capacity. So
Facts.
that's kind of what we see there with Matt, which makes me think we're not going to get another good fight scene. I feel like from Daredevil the rest of the season, the way he's like really hurting with his legs. I don't think it's going down that path. And
No.
he's going to get arrested somehow. So it's just interesting. I think he's going to out himself as Daredevil is kind of what I'm thinking at this point.
Or he's the one that gets Karen out because he turns himself in.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what is going to happen. He's going to trade himself for Karen. That was the vibe I was getting as well. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that was
But
picking up on.
also, like, we saw Karen in this episode, she's thriving in jail. We should keep her there because okay, first of all, on the street, one-on-one, all hands, I think Karen could body Heather.
Oh,
She's got
Heather
that
is not
range.
getting a shot in. I'm sorry.
No. But
No.
also, we got another Muse appearance. So Heather's getting crazier and crazier, and if you guys know where this is going, if you've seen the recent leaks, it's adding up pretty well.
Yes. Yeah, no, I was really into that scene where, Karen and Heather come face to face. Heather's trying to do, well, do you like Attraction Mag? And I love that Karen just flipped it up on her and was, I got one for you. The guy you love, he's a stranger, all that stuff. And it really hit that nerve. And then Heather combated like, hey, all right. You could tell it got to her. And then she was like, well, what about your dead brother? This or that. And then Heather
Yeah.
finally lost it and started smacking her. And I was like, man, you catch the fade and just wait till Karen gets out. You're going to catch the fade real good next
Oh, you're
season,
done,
Miss
son.
Miss Muse.
But also, did she confirm that Karen has a thing for Frank?
She did. She did because
Yeah.
she goes, oh, that's where it is. Because she after the Frank Castle bit, that's it. Really, she did, and I'm okay with that. It'll never become a thing, I don't think, but I that was definitely confirmed on this one for sure.
And it's like, Karen, I don't know if it's that she has a real thing for him or that she understands him now. She understands the point, like, you have to kill to make things right. I think that's what it is. She, she can relate to him now rather than the whole daredevil of it all. You shouldn't kill
Yeah.
people. We should just go to the police.
Don't kill
So,
anybody. Don't kill anybody. She does. She gets it because now she's like, what if we had just killed Fisk? What if we had just killed Bullseye? Like, none of this would be happening. And she really does see where, Frank's, he's not wrong. I mean,
no, he's not. Like, look, we're
Matt,
not
like,
saying killing is right. We are
Matt,
not. But
I'm
in
just
these
saying, Matt, turn a
situations,
blind eye, my guy. Okay. like for the first time in your life, actually be blind and turn a blind eye to this, because your problems would have been solved. You could be practicing law. You and Karen could have had kids out there. You'd be living the high rises of, Manhattan if you wanted to, but instead you get shot again in the leg. And uh, there we have that, I guess. But Jessica Jones comes strolling on in at the end because we
My
thought she
girl.
left. Uh, which, by the way, what you think about that scene with Mr. Charles and kind of really confirming everything? And they even said Luke.
The fact that we got a Luke like, we got a Luke reference. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I know we were all like, "Oh, who is the one that's working for Mr. Charles?" And, I thought the obvious thing was Luke, but I was like, "But what if it's her sister?" I thought that
Yeah.
would be a dope way to bring her back, but it was Luke, and Mr. Charles is the only way she can find Luke, and it's like, "Mr. Luke Cage, how long have you been absent from your daughter's life?"
And what's going on completely? Because Mr. Charles says they were supposed to just tell you to back up and your powers aren't what they used to be. And like, what is the dichotomy here? Clearly, I think we got to get a Jessica Jones show. Like, they got to continue
They're
somehow.
setting up. They're
Yeah, they
100%
have to be,
setting up.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With her powers, I think it's a mental block
I
because
think so
she
too.
she did say in her original series that her powers work like a muscle. She has to work them out and then they get stronger. But I think she's used so much of her to care for her daughter by herself while focusing on Luke, who's not there. She has no information. I
Yeah.
think that's what happened. I like that's really the only thing that makes sense. But they're absolutely setting up something for Jessica Jones because she has this whole life that we are being teased with that
They
we
are
have nothing with.
hardcore. They are dangling in front of us, like the rooftop scene, and she came here to do what she had to do, Mr. Charles scene, and then the end, she's back. And there really is this whole, how did Luke get in bed with the CIA? Okay,
Yeah,
they know Mr. Charles clearly, so that would bring Matthew Lillard's character in, potentially even Val, because we know Matthew Lillard's character is very close with Val. That would add another element to like the Thunderbolts and more depth there, and really kind of like bring the TV and movie universes together for,
yeah.
you know, something that we haven't really done lately, like aside from, Hawkeye, WandaVision, things of that nature. But this would be the first time we're getting like the street level heroes brought to the level of the movies, and that would be just phenomenal in some capacity and really tie everybody in this universe to bigger. I mean, Frank's going to be in Spider-Man, and that's really going to be the first time we get a street level hero in an Avengers type hero movie. I feel like, because I don't really know any other street level.
We got Matt Murdock,
Oh, that's right. He was in,
but
I forgot,
he was the
but he
lawyer.
wasn't. Yeah, he was lawyer
Yeah,
Matt. This is like Frank on and
yeah,
being
this is the
Frank.
Punisher.
Yeah,
But
and so I
also,
feel,
what we have to think about, Luke is in the next season. What are
yeah,
we getting in between now and then
there's got to be a
that
special
brings him
presentation.
back? Precisely.
Got to
It
be.
has to be, and when do you think it's gonna get announced?
Especially because they're not going to be able to announce a full series between now and when Daredevil's going to premiere next spring. Like, when they wouldn't have the time. So what makes sense? Oh, look at that. Maybe like November, December, January,
Yeah,
we're going to get a special presentation to bridge the gap between, what happens in Born Again season 2 with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Danny Rand, because he's coming back.
yeah.
And maybe it is the heroes for hire. They get hired by the CIA and then they kind of like blackmail him into something. That would be really interesting. And I'm with you. I think we're gonna get that announcement
Figure
probably within a
San
month.
Diego
Oh yeah,
Comic-Con.
Hall H,
So
right?
if you
They're
do
coming to Hall
go
H.
So if you do go to Hall H or San Diego Comic-Con, you might be seeing Kristen Ritter.
Man, you might be seeing all of them come out, and they might tease. I think New York Comic Con, they're going to tease season 3 of Born Again since it's New York based. But
Yeah.
I can see at San Diego they'll give us like the heroes for hire, whatever Luke's doing, kind of stuff for sure. Oh man, now I'm pumped. I went from sad. I'm still sad. Sorry, Daniel.
I'm
Pour one
I'm
out.
so conflicted. I'm
Pour
not
one
gonna
out.
sleep tonight. This is my
No,
nightmare.
this one is heavy. Like, when I just knowing too on a rewatch of what is coming, it's hard. And we have one episode left next week. We are going to be going live next Friday. What is that? The 8th. To basically, we're going to be going live the 8th to really wrap up the Daredevil, because we aren't going to be doing a post show for episode 8. I'm going to be in Orlando, at Lauren's house actually, And so, unless things change, we'll let you know. But plan on being here at the YouTube channel on May 8th. If you're not out there seeing Mortal Kombat, of course. And come kick it with us. We're gonna
You can
talk
see Mortal
about
Kombat
everything.
anytime.
No, I'm actually
We're
really
we're here
excited.
one time.
I'm really excited. Yeah, we're excited for that movie. But yes, we have one more show for Daredevil after this. It's sad, but then we get Punisher right after, so we get to talk about that too.
Yeah, but it's like
I don't get this beautiful man behind my head, and
just
just what's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna miss them so much,
I know,
Like,
I know.
shit.
I know, and if you guys really want to read some more comic books around Daredevil and you can't get your Daredevil fill enough with this, go ahead. Right above me is a QR code. You can scan it and it'll take you to our Man Without Fear playlist where it is all Daredevil comics. Our post shows are in there. Check out Agents of Fandom because I was on there last week for episode 6. So that's why there's not an episode 6, and then be with us live. But the best way to get notified for any episode, anything, is to subscribe, hit notifications, come back and join us. Megan, do you have any final thoughts before you go record for your podcast
I
about
know.
talk
I
about all
gotta
this
do
again
this
and
one
re-trauma
done.
dump?
If you are listening to the audio of this and not the video, you can just go back to where you found this episode and you'll see all our other episodes because you won't have the QR code. Just
That's
so you
true.
know. But
That is true. And
I do not have any final thought. I know I'm gonna go to bed tonight and be like, that I should have said that.
yeah, I'm sure we will. Which we'll get to do it again anyways. And I'm gonna be sitting there thinking about Daniel, and we're gonna run the in memoriam for the beautiful, beautiful man that was. And Buck, you're not invited to the cookout anymore, man.
Okay,
You're not coming to Thanksgiving, Buck.
hot take. Is Buck more vicious than Wesley now?
Oh yeah, Buck,
Absolutely, right?
absolutely. Buck is
100%.
so much more vicious. Absolutely, Buck, man. His death is going to be almost now as satisfying as freaking Powell's death.
Oh, I don't want him to go. He's
Oh,
just so
Buck's
helpful.
going to stick around for a little while, probably.
Unless
Powell's going to get his
Kingpin
comeuppance real soon.
unless Kingpin finds out what he did to Daniel and he takes him out because Kingpin's come on, he's gonna go to jail or
Oh, what
something.
if Kingpin's like, he was a son to me, and
I
like,
know.
what if
He
Kingpin?
just lost Fisk. He's
Okay,
just
time
lost
out,
Vanessa.
time out.
Oh,
I think
no.
that's going to happen because
Mhm.
they basically kind of teased it with how long until you're on the floor like I am. That's
Mhm.
coming back a full circle at some point. It's got to be.
Yeah.
That's going to come full circle. They don't just throw that out there. That's going to happen.
And if Fisk goes to jail, like, Buck has no job,
True.
Like, what is he gonna be doing? Just waiting? He doesn't
He's
have
just chilling.
Daniel.
My
Yeah.
dad went to jail. He'll be back soon. I promise. I wish Daniel was here to get a freaking hot dog with. Too bad, Buck. Too
You killed
bad.
him.
Yeah.
Freaking killed him. Thanks. All because he
Thanks,
was in
dude.
love.
Thanks for nothing.
I guess you
But
hate love, Buck, so
yeah,
whatever.
he does. And now, well, him and Heather are gonna go run around and get some freaky stuff on. I guess he figured he found Heather, so he doesn't need Buck or Daniel.
Mm,
I don't know, man. Some weird shit.
I hate Heather so much, but I do like them together. They're just weird enough.
They're psychos, weird, and I
Yeah.
can't wait for Heather to get hers too. But that won't come this season. And so stick around. We'll see you guys.
Allegedly, we are not spoiling
That's true.
anything.
Could be somebody else. Could be anybody. I don't know. Peace out, everybody. Go check out our episodes, and we will see you guys for the finale next week.
Goodbye.
Cheers.